You're welcome. If you need more noise, just call me.
It might be that I needed to start streaming. Oh, okay. So it should be streaming, I think, now. Yeah, let me double check it. Yeah, we're live. We are live, man. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello. It's Saturday morning. It's a great day for code something, right, Alex?
Got something, yeah. And we haven't met in this, yeah, with Andrew in this. How do you say that? In this group for some time. So we're back, and actually we're back with us. Interested in you. We a bit too late today. Yeah, that's one of the topics that we are exploring recently with Andrew. Yeah, by the way, this is our website. Is of course, hopefully you know. So this is our code hour. In a code hour, we improvise on different technical topics, and me and Andrew, we are doing a couple of investigations on gRPC microservices. So that last couple of workshops and the events we did on Node.js gRPC side. But we decided to also touch upon some other and maybe more real-life code examples, which is a Go ecosystem with microservices. So that's what we exploring recently, and what this code hour about. It's about something that is called Micro. It's a framework for Golang, for microservices in Golang, and that's one part. And the other part is the Linkerd. Linkerd is a service mesh solution. Linkerd. Okay, got it here. Yeah, so this is service mesh solution, and we kind of tried to combine them both, and we want to deploy them, deploy our services into Linkerd. We want to investigate if our services behave like expected, and we want to be able to introduce new services. We want to try to find bottlenecks in our microservices mesh, and we want to use Linkerd for that. We did already a couple of iterations, to be honest, on that side. So yeah, we're gonna begin not really from the start today. We're gonna show first what we have achieved. Yeah, Andrew, tell me, can you introduce maybe a little more on what has been just said? Do you have anything to add to that?
Good question. Yeah, thank you for asking. Yeah, maybe a couple of words, a couple of more words about Linkerd itself, just to introduce a bit more what is service mesh. Basically, it's a set of tools which is being installed inside your Kubernetes cluster, and that set of tools simplifies the process of checking any issues, identifying problems in your platform, basically mostly microservices platform. Yeah.
Yeah, we have, by the way, plenty of resources already prepared. So this is our main repo, just posted in a chat. Yeah, this is a repo with some beginning, some first steps to install all of the needed tools, like you see here. We begin really with installing Golang and installing Docker, of course, and also starting Linkerd version locally. So this is a kind of prerequisite that you have those tools running. Also with Kubectl. By the way, we encountered different troubles on the way. One of the troubles was if you use a Docker desktop, you probably know that it has a version of Kubernetes in there. And we suppose, we are not 100% sure that this is a version of Minikube, but branched out of the Minikube project. The thing is that we first tried to use this Kubernetes system, but that didn't work for us. It was different problems raised. And then we switched to a Minikube. Minikube is a quite popular solution for Kubernetes on local. So we actually encourage you to also install Minikube for this exercise if you want to go on with it. And then next step, after you have these tools running on your local, you will also need to install Micro. This is a framework for Golang. It's to be honest, it was a we didn't explore all of this, but it's a super nice platform with a sidecars and the path already implemented in the infrastructure of services. But we're gonna show them, I hope, in a second. And it also helps to create new services and deploy them with the ecosystem, so they are authorized, logged. So yeah, plenty of things. Plenty of things that you don't have to do yourself if you use this micro framework. So the idea is that we use this micro framework for that you probably want to install it, and because it has also the command line tooling to enable you to introduce new services, for example. Maybe I can show it actually how it works. But let me first scroll to the bottom. And then this is how you can create a new service with using micro. We actually did that, and it worked. It worked nicely on local, but on my machine right now, it doesn't work with Kubernetes. So that's what we're gonna start in a minute. Here is some commands to install Minikube and start it together, to deploy Linkerd into Kubernetes cluster. Something explained here. And by the way, some hints if you encounter problems like this one, run as root. As true, that was an issue for my machine. If you do that all right, and if everything works as it hopefully will, then you probably will see this dashboard that shows you all the services that currently installed with the Linkerd. And then you can see that, different metrics, latency, what else here, RPS, many cool things. For that, you actually need to install one plugin for Linkerd, which is this one, Visual Dashboard, Visualization Dashboard, right? Okay, and then, the rest explain how to deploy your services into the Kubernetes Minikube. So I hope.
So let's play with it, Alex. Yeah, a very great explanation what we're gonna do, but hopefully it will work all of this. While you are root, it should be working, right?
Tell me, where did you stop on your side? I mean, I think the idea is that we try to go on with my machine, because not everything works.
Yeah.
We try to debug it in a way. Yeah. So where did you stop in this flow?
In this flow, I basically installed everything. I built a service, like our Hello World service with gRPC. So the next idea was to plug in this service into this platform Micro, which is hosted in the Kubernetes cluster, like Minikube cluster. And it actually plugged in successfully. So in the logs, I see that it's successfully connected to the networking part of this Micro infrastructure. And then basically the next step, try to call it from outside, like from my local machine. I wanted to call this Hello World service and get a response, but in response I'm receiving like a 500 code and error, basically saying like you cannot call this service for some reason. My investigation went to the moment when probably I should call it through the through the micro framework. So there is a Microcli tool which you can use to connect to remote remote infrastructure and basically use it. So this is one way. Another way, this platform has a API, a REST API. I think it's called something like REST API Gateway, which allows you from one side receive a REST request, and it automatically converts this request to gRPC call and call the appropriate server from the other side.
Sorry, mate, you already named so many things.
Okay.
It's a little maybe.
Yeah. So the problem, this connection doesn't work for some reason. So yeah, it would be nice if we go by this moment on your machine and can try to investigate deeper why.
Okay. Yeah. So what we're gonna work with is a terminal. Do we need just terminal for now?
Yeah, I think. I mean, if you have some code studio, so you can adjust your code as well, and just open a terminal there, or just terminal as you wish.
Yeah. I would start with the terminal if that's all right with everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe a black version, no?
No.
Like dark? No? Okay. No. You are one of these persons, I know. Okay.
I think it's better for when you share something. It's more readable. But I mean.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So my Kubernetes running. Yeah, we have of course a bunch of history commands already. So please guide me and let's explain on the way what we're doing.
Yeah, let's first of all check what do we have inside the Kubernetes. So maybe you can print all the namespaces. So just get namespaces. Okay, we are not connected. We are at this point now.
Yeah. Minikube. Do I have to start Minikube manually?
Yeah, right. For sure. Minikube start. Maybe status first. Yeah.
It's stopped indeed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Start -v is to.
What is that? Can you
I am wondering. This is from a history of my commands. I don't know what is it, to be honest. -v verbose. Wow.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, that was the moment when you had some like connection issues, probably.
Yeah. This is verbose mode, I guess. All right. Doesn't need to download all the images again, I hope.
Yeah, it's plenty of time needed to download all this stuff. And actually, in sense of like the whole topic and ability to work it without internet, I realized that we still need to download Micro to install it to the Kubernetes cluster, or we could build it on our local, as we did with our image, with our microservice image, and just tell this platform to load it from our repo instead.
Okay.
Yeah, it worked. Cool. So let's have a look on the namespaces maybe first again.
Yeah. All right. Get namespaces again. All right. We have Linkerd. We have a micro namespace again. It's there. I think I reinstalled it like maybe 30 times during the preparation, like first to delete micro namespace and create a micro namespace. I think it's good.
So are we ready to install it 31st time?
Of course, of course.
Yeah, so let's remove the last three namespaces.
I thought you were kidding, but seriously?
Yeah, why not? I mean,
Jeez, no, I don't want to go there anyway.
oh,
No,
really?
I don't know. I think it would take. Yeah, I mean, how can we check? Yeah, what do we have to have on what?
Yeah. Basically, we need to ensure that every ports from Linkerd or just from Linkerd namespace works well. Yeah, this one as well is fine. It says running. Yeah, another thing to check, the services from Micro namespace. So they are the last in this list. They should have like two containers. So two means that Linkerd service mesh was injected inside the regular program. So by default, if you don't inject Linkerd, it will be just one container of this program, what it does, like API or whatever. And then if you see 2 of 2, that means that Linkerd has been injected successfully, and we can actually try to run Linkerd this dashboard to see you're sharing just console.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if I can also show my.
Yeah. So it would be nice to see if you run here a dashboard. We can go to the dashboard and see that everything is operating well from the sense of Linkerd.
It's a visual dashboard, right? This guy here. Do we need to port forward it, or it's kind of already as it's supposed to forward it by default?
I don't know. Just try to type Linkerd space viz and see what commands does it have. I think it should be some code.
Yeah.
It should be one of them, like, just opening a dashboard automatically.
That's cool. I just tried to open this port 750, but first it didn't work. So this command actually is probably port forwarding it.
Yeah,
I think that's what it
is.
does.
Yeah,
let me show. Yeah, let me share my dashboard. Yeah, so that's how it looks like. It shows all the namespaces. So basically what we just seen in a terminal, but now it's more visualized. JavaScript again. I like it. Wow.
So basically, yeah, this chart graph shows that every single service is interconnected between each other through the network service. Like a network latest service. Then our idea was, so basically all of these are the system services. So when you install micro framework inside your Kubernetes cluster, this is the services which will be installed by default. And then it gives you an ability to create your own services step by step and plug into this system quite easily. Well, they say it's quite easily, but we spent a month on that already.
if not more than months, yeah.
Yeah, so we can see, you can probably just take a brief look. If you go to, for example, network latest service, if you click on it on the list below.
What is a network latest? It's creating a network for this micro ecosystem.
Yeah, it takes care of networking between all these services. So basically, we have kind of two service meshes installed. So first service mesh is making a networking of the microservices, and it has its own protocol, gRPC. Based on this protocol, they do all this networking. And another thing is on the more deeper level, it's on the networking level. It's Linkerd. It does on the sending and receiving all the things through it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see, I don't see Grafana. Maybe it's, I think it's not installed by default.
Install it. Yeah, I didn't install it probably.
Before, just previous version of Linkerd was installed in Grafana and Prometheus by default, so you don't need to install anything. You just install these and everything is packed. But starting from this particular version, like latest, they say, if you want Grafana and Prometheus, just go and install it by yourself. Here's the guidance. But when it's...
Do I have to do that? Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Let's try to do it. It just gives you a more beautiful picture of like everything. If you want to, just go on Linkerd and Grafana, cool.
Okay, with Helm, something like that.
Yeah, you like Helm, I know.
Yeah, Helm works almost all the time for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will do it in the background. I'm doing it in a console. Has been added to my repositories now, and then I need to do this one too. So this one will create a namespace. It will Grafana, and
if you could open this file, this one, just to see what values they suggest to install. Oh, a lot of things. Yeah, basically this is just extra configuration of the Prometheus and Grafana to be able to connect to the Linkerd and scrape specific metrics from the Linkerd.
All right. I will start this in the meantime. Okay.
Is there a way? Is there a way to open a terminal in the browser? Tell me, like a JavaScript developer, please.
Yeah, thanks for asking, man. I explored once this xterm.js. It's an awesome tool. It's a really cool thing. It's very low-level library, but it's also super powerful. I mean, it's literally a library, so it's quite a small one, and it has lots of functionality in there. Like you can track, you can emulate the cursor behavior. You can, you can do whatever you want there. I don't remember if I showed it on last year workshop when we did this pizza script stuff. But in the end of the pizza script flow, I kind of compiled my pizza script compiler into WebAssembly. Then I wrapped it up with a JavaScript library, and actually I even I wrapped it to this Xterm console. So I had in the end my pizza script compiler running in browser, compiled to WebAssembly. So I could write a program in pizza script and show it in Xterm in a browser. Yes. So,
but this is actually, is it a like emulator, or it's a way to connect your local console to this browser and basically show your local console from there?
Yeah, it's a more like emulator. It doesn't have to do anything with your local console.
But that, you see, that would be really nice to have something like that for some kind of demos. You just open a terminal in the browser, you show the code, you show whatever you want. Actually, you can design your whole theme, whole page, and just insert terminal in some certain place.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm sure there are projects like that, but Xterm is a very low-level thingy. Anyways, I don't see a Linkerd extension for a terminal in the browser, unfortunately. But that doesn't stop us. So I installed in the meantime the Grafana. I think if we go to the Linkerd portal, we will see something additional, right? I need to probably reload it. No, I don't see anything.
If you go back, try to go back
to the namespaces. Yeah,
Yeah,
Grafana
yeah.
is there. Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah, I think basically on the right side of this line, of this HTTP metrics line on the right side, yeah, it should appear a Grafana sign usually, and when you click it, you go instantly to the dashboard of this particular namespace or whatever. But it's not appearing, so I think it's maybe it should be something extra we need to do from the Linkerd side. Can you go back to the
guide? Yeah,
guide,
In a terminal, it it tells me that I can get my admin user password, blah blah blah. I can go to the Grafana svc cluster.local. Oops.
But wait a second. It also says at the beginning that before installing Grafana, you have to install Prometheus. Have you done that?
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, install Prometheus. Bring your own
Yes,
Prometheus.
who else who reads this anyways, right? It's okay. How do I install? Yeah, does it say what the easiest way to install it? No, it says it's Linkerd DV's extension comes with a pre-configured Prometheus instance.
But can you check? I think it's not. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I have it in Linkerd DV's namespace indeed.
You have it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, then it's fine. Yeah.
In here we have Prometheus. Yeah. By the way, the funny thing with Prometheus, I think I'm supposed to pronounce it like Prometheus, and most of the people pronounce it differently. Prometheus. That's also possible.
Yeah.
So it's. I'm wondering what is correct. We need some Greek guys to.
I think Prometheus is kind of the right way. Should be.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we should be able to connect to this Prometheus, right?
Yeah, I think Grafana should already start connecting, but I think we still need to tell Linkerd DV something to be able for us. Yeah.
Race one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because by default it says like it doesn't have Grafana, so it doesn't render its button of Grafana on the right side.
Oops. Yeah, I just did install it. I think I will probably need to lost. Yeah, it says now in my terminal that lost connection to a port. Okay, I can start dashboard maybe again. All right. Yeah, have it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, quite beautiful thing. And yeah, let me show you some maybe tricks. If you go to just change the dashboard to deployment. Just press on the side where Linkerd namespace on the top, on the very top. General, yeah, and type deployments. You can just type, yeah, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, and above you can choose micro, namespace micro. Yeah. And for example, network service deployment network. Yeah, so this is all what happens here. And here's the interesting thing. So you open some specific service, like for example, it's network service, right? And underneath chart, you can see all the inbound connections. So who is calling this service, and also outbound connections. What this service calling to, and this information critically helps to find, I mean, in the real-time system. So you just see the traffic coming, a lot of traffic, and your system start to be slowing down for some reason, and you need to find why. And then you go here, you see this is like a API gateway, the main entry point, and then you see by latency who is slowing down. So what service, and then after installing a couple of more extensions, you even can find the specific method of the specific service, which is
awesome.
Very bad, yeah. But for now, that's
by the
enough,
way,
I think.
tracing, do we have already tracing in place or not yet?
No.
Tracing, I mean. Not yet. Okay.
We can try. If you want, we could try to install this tool as well. I never installed it before.
Yeah, let's do it in the right order. I think maybe it would make sense to also show the micro ecosystem or micro dashboard right now, if we can actually also see that. Do we need to port forward it? Do you know that?
To be honest, I never opened this dashboard by myself. So
okay.
if you did this, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I just typed micro status and it says I cannot connect to localhost 8081. I'm assuming the port port is not forwarded yet. I think last time we stopped that the API should be exposed to localhost if we want it. But
can you open our README file? I think there should be a line about exposing something specific. Not sure what it should be, like API or something.
I think you have that, honestly.
No. Try to type port or -p.
Now we have micro web. That's might be. No, but that cannot connect to a local host again. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. The line above. Docker run -p port. Yeah, this one. So that runs server.
No, but server should be already starting.
Server in this Kubernetes platform, server is a job which basically executes once, set up everything, and then it shuts down. So I think it could be API. We could try to.
We can saw somewhere completed, right? That was a completed pod or.
Completed pod. If you describe this completed pod, it will be server inside.
Yeah. So that was indeed that what I have. Yeah.
Yeah, but you couldn't connect it. Basically, it says like this program being executed and finished. That's it. It's not there anymore. It's not running.
That's fine. Yeah. So I'm not getting it. So you think we need to start it again? This was a command that I ran in for my local micro ecosystem, so that was not.
Yeah. Good question. I mean, let's maybe try to run it locally as well by using these two commands.
Yay.
And see where these ports come to, like to which particular server. If we find out, we can do the same in Kubernetes.
Yeah, it's not probably what we want. Wait a second. Okay, switch to my terminal again. So I just typed microserver. Now it's running, but it's running on local, I think. And by the way, if I share the terminal, it just shares one tab of the terminal. Okay. I remember we also need to do login. What was that? Admin micro, something like that?
Micro admin, I think.
Yeah, I successfully logged in. Let me show the other tab in my terminal, actually. All right. So micro status. So yeah, it's weird when you have a micro running. You need first to log in. You have a default username password, but you can and better to change it, of course. Okay. It's a bit strange. What else we have? Micro server. Yeah. And then again.
Actually, it's like shows like something getting not really well, like some programs stopping, shutting down, and then yeah, you see.
Yeah, but we don't want it anywhere on local. You
Yeah.
need to did you port forward on your local API maybe? API service? Can you check that in the history of commands?
Yeah, sure. I think in the history I have nothing.
Okay. That makes sense. Who doesn't know history have to repeat all mistakes again, you know that?
Yeah. History is about our mistakes to be repeated.
All right.
So we what we could try? We could try to forward actually IPI. So IPI has I think 2 entry points. It's for free to accept like SSL traffic, and another entry point should be for gRPC traffic. So we may try to connect to gRPC one and try to basically try to send anything. Can you check like give me a second, get service to see what services you have and what ports they are exposing? Yeah. So no, really, yeah, you can see IPI only accepts for free, so you can try to do that.
Service API, right? And then it 443 to 443, right? Something like that.
Yeah. If you have this port opened, you probably not. Okay, it'll change first bunch of 443 to something else. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, maybe in another terminal you can try to call it. Let me
Just
check.
called it. It actually replies with a version, so it's a good sign, I think.
Did you receive something, right? Good.
Yeah, I did it. Unfortunately, wow, what is that? Handling connection. I think it's something in the background of Linkerd or maybe service mesh itself. Okay, that sounds good. It does. It actually does something. So now we can deploy Hello World service, right? We can try to deploy Hello World service.
Yeah.
Do you think API is enough to expose?
I hope so. So basically, when you deploy Hello World service, it should be the entry point to anything this API theme. So we could try. Let's try to just close this.
Yeah. Yeah. What should I? Okay.
In the description in the README, you can find a couple of comments. So first comment should be something about Docker.
You mean for Hello World now? So now we're trying to. Okay. microservices. All right. So we can go to the src hello world, I think. Yeah. Okay. We don't have to, by the way, but let's go there. So we in the right place. Okay. All right. I remember now that what we stopped last time. So now we can actually start Hello World new service, but I don't know how it will connect. How it will connect? It doesn't know the port, right? Yeah, it sees. You see, it's trying to connect to 8081.
No, wait. What are you trying to achieve?
Yeah, I'm on a Hello World service now, right? And it says, yeah, I cannot connect, basically.
You should basically you should to build a service first, and then you should so first of all try to pull the repo just to check if it's the latest one, because I was changing that. So it should be not src anymore, but some other folder. You have some changes, so you need to stash them probably first.
Maybe commit it even once.
Don't commit, because I moved away. So it's not anymore src folder. It's called CMD, because this is a common way how you structure in multiple services for Golang. Yeah, just maybe you can explain a few of your Git commands, like glg.
Yeah, it's a plugin for my ZSH bash version. So yeah, it's doing git log with some additional preset flags. So nothing really fancy. GGL is a Git. I think it does Git pull origin and then a branch. Okay, so now we did. Now we have your changes on my local. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So for now you have also chart in your changes and CMD. So I'm basically I moved all the code of the services into the CMD folder. Yeah, so now you can get back to the README file and see what's the guidance to do there. By the way, is it possible? Yeah, okay. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I don't think you updated. Oh, okay. Micro Hello World is this one.
Yeah. But first, it starts from at the point where bash. Yeah. So first, this
right.
line,
I remember
this
that,
line
yeah.
basically says to Minikube that it should use Docker, your Docker local registry, so you can easily build everything on your local machine and don't use remote registry.
Do you know if it's possible to deploy a service into this ecosystem without actually Docker build, without Docker image build? Right?
Not sure.
I don't think so. It's Kubernetes based, right? We need a Docker image there.
Kind of. I think Kubernetes also allows you to run other programs, not just Docker. But
yeah,
anyway,
if you connect with the ports, yeah.
Yeah, you still have to build them somehow.
So this command, in nutshell, it registers a local Docker registry for Kubernetes. So it allows Kubernetes to pull from your local Docker registry,
right?
Which I know because I was Googling it for a second, and then I posted you a link to Stack Overflow, as I remember. So
yeah, that's right. But yeah, a bit prehistory before that. I set it up the full CI/CD pipeline to push it to remote registry, and then Alex spent like 20 seconds Googling and saying why. You can just pull it from local. So
yeah.
Google just, it could be other ways of implementation of your solution before struggling to do it.
Yeah. So okay, we have registered it. I think it's all good. It doesn't show any message, unfortunately, but that's fine. Okay, so now we go to the CMD Hello World. Really, why is it CMD Hello World?
It's a kind of a convention in Go language based projects like CMD. It should be inside the CMD should be executable files basically stored, and as we have built-in microservices, we do that. And there is another convention to call like PKG, like package for the packages, like you can share between your other files and the same like stuff like that. Yeah, thank you for showing tree. We don't have anything except CMD, so the charts, it's our like a charts for Helm, and micro, like a binary of the micro. Yeah, and the SRC you still have because I think it's not deleted from your local, but it should.
Charts for Helm. Why do we need them? Is that for Hello World service?
It's basically a common chart which allows you to deploy any service from CMD folder. So if we later explore and add 5 free services, whatever, we still will deploy with the same chart. Yeah. It's like a general one for that purpose.
Yeah, we'll briefly show this.
Yeah, deployment. Good.
Yeah,
nice.
Templates.
It's kind of mostly standard one, but if you go to environment, it's some specific from environment variables we should specify from just a little above. Yeah. Now a little down. Yeah. So yeah, here we see env definition where some.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, this one. Okay, so that basically was just copied from all other services which we already have running inside the Kubernetes and which is a part of the infrastructure. Unfortunately, for some reason, they explain a lot of things in their documentation, but they don't explain how you then, when you create your own service, how you then can push it and plug into this system. This is, probably a way to improve their docs with our workshop when we finish.
Of course. So make build, make Docker.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, coming from a micro itself. We don't. We did not create this make file to have these commands. I think we can also show this make file.
Yeah, make file should be the same. I think I did edited the part with Docker build. So if you can see the difference, it will be the different one.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Nice. I do make Docker now.
Okay. Okay, cool.
This one. All right.
One more cup of coffee. Nice.
Yeah. Arrow goes to right to you, Andrew. Now I'm wondering if it will reach you.
Reach what? Sorry.
I'm looking at our sharing screen, and there is an arrow of status that reaches you in like comment for you. From the other side, sorry. Yeah, like that.
I'm waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's should not take too much time, but it still needs some steps to accomplish. Okay.
Yeah, and actually another thing I had to change, it's a Docker file, which unfortunately the one from default micro didn't work, so you can show also a Docker file from here. Yeah, before it was just from and copy lines, I think, and entry point. And now I split it to the two-step, multiple steps build. So first step just does the same as we already did. So it's building inside, and then it copies the build image inside the Docker image. So basically, the problem I had before, I built on my MacBook. I built this hello world binary. Then when you run this Docker command, it just copies this binary from your local machine inside the Docker. And when I put it into the Kubernetes, it's already not in my local environment, but it's instead in Alpine image, and it didn't work. I think because of that. So then I later turned this process to be executed inside the Docker. So now we have everything is built on Alpine image, and then it's also being executed on Alpine image, and it works now.
Okay.
At least for me.
So now we're ready to deploy it. Is that?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Are you excited to deploy it?
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see that it's deployed and nothing works then after that. Just kidding.
Okay, make Docker. So we go back to upper directory, and then we can run Helm. Okay.
Right.
By the way, I don't know. Do you use ZSH?
No.
No.
I'm still struggling to make this switch after a few years when it's appeared.
Yeah, like 10, maybe 10. Yeah.
10 years already. Wow. No.
Maybe more. I think it's more.
You know what I'm why I'm not sure about. I'm just struggling to think if there are some commands which, for example, exist and that it in this new terminal and doesn't exist in common bash. So, for example, when I just write some command, I copy it to bash, and then I deploy this bash to some platform bash script. I mean, to platform which only works with bash, and it doesn't work for some reason. Would it be a case or
Amazing. Not? I have so many things to say about it, but I think I will not.
Okay. As usual. Okay.
So one thing about ZSH that annoys me, and actually it's not many things. ZSH is super beautiful. So they have this free DOS command, which is like you go in upper and upper directory. So you do it twice. So one thing about it is that, okay, you can go to the upper directories like that, but you cannot do something like, okay, I want to actually, from this top directory, I want to navigate to something else, and that doesn't work. That is very unfortunate, but again, side topic. So I just execute the Helm update. I'm okay to the namespace micro. We're gonna try to deploy a Hello World service, right? From a chart Helm.
Yeah, Hello World. So just Hello World here. It's the name of the chart we're deploying. So it's being called inside the Kubernetes Hello World deployment. And Yeah. And then also you specify image.repository hello world. So this second hello world is the name of your local repository, local image you built before.
Yeah.
So it's able to pull it from your local registry.
And sorry, can you repeat what is this first hello world? Then it's the name of the service.
Name of the service, how it will appear inside the Kubernetes. Like deployment will be called like hello world.
Okay.
So let's have a look inside the, or maybe this, but you can also check it with kubectl.
Yeah, kubectl get ports -a.
And one of them inside the micro should be, yeah, it's hello world gRPC. This is the one we just deployed and it's running.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that too. It's shown in this chart as well. Like it's connected to the network latest. Okay, that sounds good. And then you had a problem that it actually doesn't cannot execute any call to that gRPC ecosystem, right?
Yes. So what's next, right? Thank you for asking. Next, we should be able to test it from our CLI. Basically,
CLI, yeah,
CLI. Thank you. One more time.
Yeah. CLI.
Yeah. CLI. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. CLI. Yeah. So sorry.
CLI, by the way. Yeah, that's
CLI. For me, it was CLI. But thank you to Alex. I am started to adopt this new, knowledge. CLI. I need to. CLI. I need to try. Yeah. So I will send you an example how it should work. Let me see. Here, an example of like just.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Nice. So first of all, you need to do a forward of API.
API is, I think it should be port forwarded already, right? We can, I did test it. Wait a second. I'll demonstrate it in a second.
Oh, yeah. It's port 8443.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah. So let's just try the same, but instead just write hello world. No, wait. No. Sorry. So you already run in API. API, it's our entry point to the whole platform. So we just need to call anything like inside the API through this entry point. We should be. So let's try to do this again. CURL.
Yeah, that one is tricky. I think most people call it curl, but that is that's so weird. It's like a pigeon saying something. I'm not sure if I want to enter that. But I think in Stack Overflow, if you Google that, it will be curl. This is a community choice. I prefer CURL, but that's me. Okay, so what should I curl?
Just type the same thing as you tested for the version. Yeah, the same thing, but then
I should forward it first, right? For Hello World itself.
No.
It goes through the API service.
Yes, right. It should be like API should accept everything, and then after the URL, you should specify the name of the service. Yeah, so basically like that. Hello world is the name of the service, and the next goes just params to this service, and it's not HTTPS. So welcome to my world. That was error error I received after a month of struggling with Micro with Alex.
Thanks everyone for watching. That is exactly the time when we have to stop. Unfortunately, we almost solved the problem of the century. Probably we will do it next time then. No, but Keaton, can we summarize it? I think it's so that's where we stopped, right? That's so what do we see here? Is it gRPC is not working?
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Can you do something for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, just fastly, can you check the kubectl -n micro and then get services? Is it a hello world service there?
Get services.
Not pods. Yeah, get services.
Yeah. Hello gRPC. Man, is it your naming convention again?
Yes. Thank you. We spent this hour very productive. We know that's the reason now. Okay.
It's a different error, you see?
Yeah, it's a different error, I think. Service not found, and the service not found because originally it's called just hello world. But as a deployment, we deployed with the name hello world/gRPC.
Okay.
So we have two things. One is called hello world gRPC, which is okay for Kubernetes. Another thing is real, like a micro thing, micro framework. It's called hello world. So we just need to change this convention. Oh, thank you, Alex. I really was struggling about this like half of the night, and
yeah,
like
you're very welcome for my rubber ducking help. Okay. So we should Helm Upgrade install. Is that what you're trying to say?
We can go to Helm chart and correct it in the right way.
In which in the deployment?
It should be templates, and then inside the templates it's called helpers, something _ helpers. Yeah, and here, wait a second. gRPC name.
Oh, I don't see it here.
Oh, easy. We don't need to touch it. We just need to open values. Values file is inside the gRPC. Not in here. Yeah, above. Yeah, and it will be full name override. Copy this line. It's above. After image pool secrets. Yeah. Yeah. This one. No. Full name override. Just copy the name of it. Full name override. Copy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just close the file and go back to Helm upgrade something. The command.
Helm upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, this one. You need to add another one, another set. Yeah, quotes. Insert this name equals. I mean, Helm. Yeah, full name override equals hello world. Yeah, close it. Do. So this should override the whole naming of this. What does it say? Let's say.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, for now it's already renamed. Wait fast. Okay, let's try. What? Whatever, we received the response. Hello world. Hello. Yeah, it's a win. It's a big win. Hello guys from the conference. We are coming soon.
Just took us a few months to start it all over. But nice. Thanks a lot. Then we're gonna continue next time probably, and try to deploy different services and different technologies to this ecosystem, just to see hello world from there, and then investigate which service sucks, and then which is the coolest microservice ever.
Yeah, I think that was the best wrap up we ever had before.
Exactly. And the session
at the end we fixed everything.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Thanks everyone. Thanks Andrew.
Thanks for joining.
See you next time.